Hello everyone, welcome back to part 16 of our Endless Runner tutorial series. Today, we'll be adding a resume feature to allow the character to continue the game after they've died. Now, let's get started. First, in Unreal Engine, head to the content browser and open the BP_runner character blueprint. In the Variables tab, in Event Graph, create a new variable called isDead and set the type to Boolean. Now, go to the Event Begin Play node and from it add set isDead variable but keep it unchecked. Next, go to the death function and after the death node, add a set isDead variable and tick the box. Now, head to the content browser and open the Blueprints folder. Right-click and create a new blueprint class, selecting Actor class. Name the blueprint BP_obstacle destroyer. This blueprint is used to destroy obstacles around the character after the player resumes the game. Open the blueprint, and in the viewport, add a sphere collision from the Components tab. In the Details tab, lock the scale value and set its scale to 50. Go to the event graph and delete all the nodes except Event Actor Begin Overlap. Near the node, add Get Player Character, then add Cast to BP_runner character. As runner character, add Get isDead variable. From the variable, add a branch node and connect the execution pin to Cast to runner character. From the false pin of the branch node, add a Destroy Actor node. From the true pin, add a sequence node. From the first pin of the sequence node, add Cast to BP_obstacle_blocker and from the second pin, Cast to BP_obstacle_wall. If you have more obstacles or objects to destroy when the character resumes the game, add more pins to the sequence node and cast to those blueprints. After adding the nodes, from as obstacle blocker and as obstacle wall pins, add a Destroy Actor node and connect the execution pins to the cast to nodes. Then, connect the object pins of the cast to nodes to the other actor pin of Event Actor Begin Overlap node. From the Destroy Actor node connected to the Cast to node, add a Delay node and set the duration to 0.5. Also, connect the other Destroy Actor execution pin to the Delay node. From the Delay node, add another Destroy Actor node. Compile and save. Now, let's make the function to continue the game. Open BP_runner character blueprint and create a new function called Resume Game or Continue Game. Add Get isDead from it and add a branch node. From the true pin of the branch node, add Remove All Widgets. From Remove All Widgets node, add Set Relative Transform node with Mesh as target. Add Get Lane Position variable, then add Get Current Lane Index variable. From lane position variable, add get, a copy, then connect get current lane index variable to the integer pin of get node. Now, drag and drop the capsule component from the Components tab to the graph, from it add get relative location. From it, add brake vector. Then from the X pin of brake vector node, add make vector and connect the get, a copy, node to the Y pin of make vector. Set the Z value of the make vector node to 20. Right-click on the new transform pin of Set Relative Transform node and select Split Struct Pins. Then connect the make vector return value to new transform location pin of Set Relative Transform node and set the new transform rotation Z value to -90. Also, tick the teleport option. From the Components tab, drag and drop mesh in from it add attach component to component. Drag and drop the capsule component and connect it to parent pin. Connect all execution pins. Set the location rule and rotation rule to keep world from the dropdown. Now, from Components tab, drag and drop character movement and from it add set movement mode. From the dropdown, choose walking as the movement mode. Then add enable input. And if you have enabled set simulate physics in depth function, then drag and drop mesh from the Components tab and add set simulate physics and make sure simulate is disabled. Now add create widget and choose gameplay_UI from the dropdown. From the return value, add to viewport. Then add get player controller. From it, add set input mode game only. Again from get player controller, add set show mouse cursor and disable it. Connect all execution pins. From set show mouse cursor, add spawn actor from class and from the dropdown choose BP_obstacle destroyer. For the spawn transform, drag and drop the mesh component from the Components tab and from it add get world transform and connect the return value to spawn transform pin. Now, add as game paused. From it add branch node and connect the execution pins. From the true pin of the branch node, add set game paused and keep it unchecked. From set game paused, add set as dead variable and keep it unchecked. Compile and save. Now, let's add a resume button in Game Over UI. In the content browser, go to Blueprints folder then UI and open Game Over_UI. Then, select any button and press Ctrl+D to duplicate it and adjust its position. Rename the text to resume and rename the button to resume_BTN. Compile and save. Now, let's create a pop-up warning. Go to the UI folder in Content Browser and create a new widget blueprint. Name it resume popup_WBP. From the Palette tab, add a canvas panel, then add background blur. In the Details tab, set its anchor to full screen and all offset values to 0. Now set the strength to 7. Again, from the Palette tab, add a canvas panel. In the Details tab, set its anchor to center, alignment to 0.5, size X to 700, size Y to 400, and position X and Y to 0. Then, drag and drop an image onto the second canvas panel. In Details tab, set its anchor to full and offset values to 0. Here you can use any UI image that you have. After making the image look like a pop-up, add text from the Palette tab. In the Details tab, set the text to warning. Set its font size to something like 70 and typeface to bold italic. Set its anchor to top, alignment to 0.5, position X to 0 and position Y to 10. From the Palette tab, drag and drop a button onto the canvas panel. Rename the button to yes_BTN. In the Details tab, set its size X to 125 and size Y to 45. Now set its anchor to center and alignment to 0.5. Set position X to -125, position Y to 100. Now, duplicate the button twice and name one of the duplicate close_BTN and name the other button no_BTN. Select close_BTN and set its position X to 0 and position X to 100. Now select no_BTN and set its position X to 150 and position Y to 100. Now, from Palette tab, drag and drop text onto the all three buttons and set the text according to their name. Select all three buttons by holding Shift and in Details tab, set their font size to 22, and if you are using the default Roboto font, set the typeface to light. Now select all three buttons by holding Shift, in Details tab, expand the Style section and then expand Normal, Hovered, and Pressed sections. Now, if you want to use a texture for the button, you can choose them from the drop-downs, but for this pop-up, I want to keep it simple and change the opacity of the buttons. For it, select the tint from the Normal section and set the alpha value to 0.4. For Hovered, set the alpha to 0.6 or 0.7. Finally, from the Palette tab, drag and drop text onto the Canvas panel. In the Details tab, set its anchor to center and alignment to 0.5. Then set its position X to 0 and position Y to -30. Set the font size to 24. Now set the text to resuming the game will cost you X coins. Do you wish to proceed? Here you change the X to the number of coins to deduct when the player resumes the game. For this tutorial I set it to 50 coins. Now, go to Event Graph and delete all nodes except Event Construct. Right-click on the graph and create a custom event, name it Get Coins Value. From it, add Load Game from Slot. Go to Content Browser and open runner_savegame blueprint and find a variable named coins or coin value. Copy the variable name and then go to the Popup blueprint and paste the copied variable name and the slot name pin of Load Game from Slot. From the return value, add cast to runner save game. As runner save game, add Get Coin Value. From it, add less than node and set the value to the number of coins you want to deduct from the player. From the Boolean pin, add a branch node, connect the execution pin with cast to runner save game. Now, go to Designer and select the text that's in the middle of the pop-up, and in the Details tab enable this variable. Now go back to the Event Graph and drag and drop the text variable onto the graph. From it, add Set Text. And set the text saying you need at least X coins to resume the game, and connect the execution pin to the true pin of the branch node. Now, from the Variables tab, drag and drop 3 button variables: Yes button, No button, and Close button. From the yes_btn, add Set Visibility, and from the drop-down choose Hidden and connect the execution pins. Now, duplicate the Set Visibility node twice and connect no_btn variable to the target pin of the Set Visibility node. Make sure the visibility is set to Hidden. Just like that, connect the close_btn variable to the target pin of another Set Visibility node, and this time change the visibility from hidden to visible. Connect all the execution pins. Go to Designer, select the Close button, and in the Details tab set its visibility to Hidden, then go back to the Event Graph. Now, in the graph, select all the nodes from Set Text node. Do not select variables, just the Set Text and Set Visibility nodes, and duplicate them. Move them a little below and connect the Set Text node to the false pin of the branch node, and connect the text variable to the target pin of the Set Text node. Go to the Designer, copy the warning message text, then return to the Event Graph and paste it into the Set Text node connected to the false pin. Connect the button variables to the Set Visibility node's target pin. For the set visibility nodes, connect to the false pin of the branch node, change visibility from hidden to visible for yes and no buttons, and for the close button set it to hidden. Now, create another custom event called Subtract Coins. Copy all the nodes connected to the Get Coins Value custom event except the nodes connected to the false pin of the branch node and paste them near the Subtract Coins event and connect them. Now, near the branch node connected to the Subtract Coins event, right-click and add Get Player Character. From it, cast a runner character. Then get Game Mode. From it, cast a runner game mode and connect the execution pin to cast a runner character. As runner game mode, add Get Coins variable. From it, add Subtract node and set the value to the number of coins you want to deduct. Again, as runner game mode, add Set Coins variable. Connect the Subtract node return value to the Set Coins variable. Now, from Cast a Runner Character, as runner character, add Update Coins and connect execution pins with Set Coins variable. Again, as runner character, add Resume Game function. Now, go to the Event Construct node and from Event Construct add Get Coins Value Custom Event. From the Variables tab, select Yes_BTN. In the Details tab, in Events section, create a new unclicked event. From the unclicked event, add Subtract Coins Custom Event. Now, from the Variables tab, select No_BTN and just like before create a new unclicked event. Do the same for Close_BTN variable and move No_BTN unclicked event and Close_BTN unclicked event close to each other. From any of those two unclicked events, add Remove from Parent node and connect the other unclicked event execution pin to the Remove from Parent. Compile and save. Now, go to GameOver_UI. Select Resume_BTN. In the Details tab, scroll down and create a new unclicked event. Now an event graph from Resume_BTN unclicked node, add Create Widget. From the drop-down, choose Resume Popup Widget Blueprint. From the return value, add to Viewport. Compile and save. Now, go to the level and press play. As you can see, when the character dies and I click on Resume, it shows the pop-up, and when I click on Yes, the character respawns where it died and all the nearby obstacles destroyed. Also, the score hasn't changed. You can also see when I try to resume the game, when I have less than 50 coins, it won't let me resume the game. You can also make the number of coins required to resume increase each time the player resumes the game. It's a bit complex, so I'm not going to show you that in this video. Also, you can make the character jump, play sounds, and add Niagara or Cascade particle explosions. To add them, go to BP_runner character blueprint. Then, in the resume game function after the set game paused node, add jump node to make the character jump. Then, you can add Cascade Particle System component to spawn Cascade Particle, or you can add Niagara Particle System component to spawn Niagara Particle. I haven't imported any Niagara effects, so I will just add the jump node. Compile and save the blueprint. Now, go to the level and press play. As you can see, when I resume the game, the character jumps. You can add a Niagara or Cascade explosion effect and sound effect. And that's it for today's video. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you encounter any errors or need assistance, feel free to contact me via email or Discord. You can find the details in the description. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.